The sheriff says I can take his job when he retires.
I have more questions.
Hi there, Detective.
Could you tell me your name and address?
Certainly, Detective. I'm Deputy Ethan Jones. I live in the trailer at the Park Road.
What can you tell me about yourself?
I'm the deputy. Don't shoot me. Don't know much to say except I lived here all my life. If you need to get a search warrant from the judge, come talk to me.
Thanks.
Visiting officials usually stay at the sheriff's house, but then he said we should make an exception this time, so please feel free to crash at my place, Detective. Here's the key. Take anything you want from the fridge.
What can you tell me about Twin Lakes?
It's a pretty busy small town these days. Pipeline construction, missing people, a wolf sighting, all very exciting stuff.
What can you tell me about Tammy Taylor, the missing woman?
Tammy Taylor, 28 years old, blonde, medium build, moved to her hometown less than a year ago. Member of an anti-oil activist group. Does a little painting on the side. Half the town loved her, other half hated her.
Did you know her?
We never talked. Our town has seen better days.
I wasn't sleeping.
I have more questions.
Welcome back, Detective. I hope you won't be here too long. We wouldn't want those city boys missing you.
Could you tell me your name and address?
You ain't gonna start interrogating my ass, are you?
I'm just trying to get a sense of the townspeople.
Sheriff Gary Cooper. I know. I've heard all them jokes, so don't start. I live at the yellow house at the back of the station.
What can you tell me about yourself?
I've been the sheriff of this town ever since I was old enough to take over for my daddy. You could say I'm a prodigy in law enforcement.
What can you tell me about Twin Lakes?
Just about the safest town in the state, maybe the whole damn country, and I aim to keep it that way.
What can you tell me about Tammy Taylor, the missing woman?
She was with them don't buy oil kids. I had a file on them. I can't seem to find it. I'm sure she's a fine young lady who will turn up safe and sound in no time.
I wish I had an exciting life like yours, Detective.
Whoa! Fire!
What if it's too late?
Hi, I'm Detective Sammy Jukes. I'd like to ask you a few questions about Tammy Taylor's disappearance.
Finally! What took you so long? Do you have any idea how long we have been waiting? She could be dead now because of you.
Could you tell me your name and address?
Yes, I'm Karen Taylor, Tammy's mother. We have a house at the end of Williams Road.
Who would know more about Tammy?
She was always very popular. You can talk to her high school friends, Aiden and Samantha. Then there's all the no more oil people.
What do you suspect happened to Tammy?
If I did, I would do something about it.
What can you tell me about the No More Oil group?
They are Tammy's little group. Hattie's boy, Greg, and that orange boy are with her. Also, some other people I never met.
I can put out fires with this.
I'll never forgive these people.
I can break wood panels with this.
Don't ruin my light.
Hi, I'm Detective Sammy Jukes. I'd like to ask you a few questions about Tammy Taylor's disappearance.
I'm busy right now.
Could you tell me your name and address?
Samantha Cash. I live in the pink house next to the park. Don't you come to my house like a pervert, okay?
Okay. What can you tell me about Tammy Taylor, the missing woman?
Tam Tam, she is my best friend. I can't believe she's missing. I posted 10 times already. #sad.
Have you seen or heard anything unusual lately that might be related to Tammy's disappearance?
2 days ago, I was here taking some nighttime photos, and I heard gunshots coming from the other side of Long Lake.
Where exactly?
Near the construction and stuff.
Did you report it to the sheriff?
Ew, I don't want to talk to that pig.
Who would know more about Tammy?
I'm like her BFF.
Did you hear gunshots coming from the oil pipeline last night?
Yes, 2 days ago. Bam, bam, bam. Right across the park at the other side of the Long Lake.
Do you think I want to be in this town?
Hi, I'm Detective Sammy Jukes. I'd like to ask you a few questions about Tammy Taylor's disappearance.
I can't stop you, can I?
Could you tell me your name and address?
Name's Mr. Stillman. Aw, hell, you can call me Paul, since I can tell we're gonna be such good friends. I don't live in this town.
Did you hear gunshots coming from the oil pipeline last night?
From the pipeline? Really? Well, it must have been at night. I don't actually live in the office. Didn't hear anything.
I never should have joined this shit.
Hi, I'm Detective Sammy Jukes. I'd like to ask you a few questions about Tammy Taylor's disappearance.
Dude, you finally came.
Could you tell me your name and address?
Dave Walker. I live in the fucking trailer park, man. The green trailer's mine.
What can you tell me about yourself?
Chained myself to this fucking pipe until Tammy's found, and nobody can find her. Fucking asshole Greg was supposed to free me. He says he lost the key. I'm deep in mud. I'm wet. I have a fever. You gotta help me, man.
How?
Find the key, man. I'll do anything you want. I can help you find Tammy. For real. Just let me out of here.
I'll see what I can do.
Greg's at the No More Oil office. Go straight from here. Then turn right to the main street. Cut right through the post office. It's this shitty trailer. Man, I'm great at directions and shit.
Where is your key, Dave?
Greg was supposed to bring it. He's the asshole at the No More Oil office.
Empty bullet casings. These are bullet holes. Empty bullet casings. These footprints lead to the lake. These footprints lead to the lake. These footprints lead to the lake. Someone left with a boat in a hurry. Someone crossed the lake with this boat. These footprints lead to a nearby house. These footprints lead to a nearby house.
I just put a fresh pot of coffee.
Hi, I'm Detective Sammy Jukes. I'd like to ask...
You came to the right place for lunch, dear.
Could you tell me your name and address?
Patty Williams. I live right across the diner with my husband, Earl.
Who lives in the house near the long lake?
That would be Mr. Stillman from the oil company. I own that little house. He rented it last month.
And have you seen Dave's key? He's the man chained to the oil pipe.
No, sweetie.
If you're such an expert, you get your clown ass down here and I'll return to the office.
I have more questions.
Well, if it isn't Columbo Jr.
Mr. Stillman, I have reason to believe the pipeline shooter ran off to your house.
I don't know what you're talking about.
I'd like to take a look inside.
Not without a warrant, cowboy. This isn't the Wild West anymore.
And have you seen Dave's key? He's the man chained to the oil pipe.
If I knew that, he would be out of there by now.
Can I help you with something, Detective?
I have more questions.
Of course. I'm always here to help.
Deputy, I'd like to get a warrant to search Paul Stillman's house.
Okay, the judge issued the warrant. You must serve the warrant to the person you want to search.
Well, tell Janet to go fuck herself.
I have more questions.
Well, if it isn't Columbo Jr.
Paul Stillman, I have a warrant to search your house.
It says the house only. Don't get any ideas about the company property. This isn't my first rodeo, pal. If my lawyer wasn't 2,000 miles away, you'd be weeping right now.
The shed is locked. This is strong enough to break cement. It's a gun.
Don't tell me how to do my job.
I have more questions.
Well, if it isn't Columbo Jr.
I found this gun at your house. Do you recognize it?
I never saw it before. I don't own a gun. I pay people to guard me. Somebody else must have put it there.
That would be very convenient.
Detective, if you want to accuse me of something, go right ahead. I'm sure my lawyers will be very excited to hear what you could come up with in court.